So, student, we have to now discuss what is accounting. So, as I told you, bookkeeping, where we can record the transaction of the business, only business, है ना? We have to record the transaction of business. That's called bookkeeping. But whether we are in profit or loss, that is we have to calculate, and that is a part of accounting. That is a part of accounting. So, what is accounting actually? As I told you, in bookkeeping, we have to record the transaction. But just recording of transaction does not give the picture whether we are in profit or loss. That is told by the accounting. And when I talk about accounting, accounting is a wider term than the bookkeeping. Accounting is a wider term than the bookkeeping. Means accounting includes bookkeeping. Accounting includes bookkeeping. And just you see that this thing in bookkeeping we record the face making phase, and you can see here also accounting also include the recording. So when I talk about accounting, bookkeeping is a part of accounting. The whole definition of the accounting is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing, and business transaction of financial character and interpretation of the business results, and communicating the accounting information to the different types of users of accounts. This is the whole definition, and I like this definition because it includes all the steps of accounting. Means if you want to prepare the accounts of a business firm or any enterprises, you have to follow the some sequence, means some steps, and that this definition includes all the steps. That's why I like this definition. So you can see here, next topic is characteristic features or accounting process. So accounting process means while calculating the profit, you have what steps you have to be followed, and what are the features of accounting. So one by one we will discuss these points, and in when we discuss these points, then definition is clear to you, है ना? So at last we will discuss the accounting definition, but before that, what step you have to follow, that we will discuss. So accounting process means what steps you have to be followed while preparing the accounts. So before that, uh, you can see here there is a term art. Art means applicability of the knowledge, whatever you got. Applicability of the knowledge is called art. But how you will get the knowledge? That is a part of science. How will you get the knowledge? That is a part of science. So learning process is a science, and applicability of the knowledge is called art. Okay. So we can see accounting is a science as well as an art. You know how to prepare the accounts? No, you don't know, because just you are a new student in a class 11. You doesn't know even the meaning of accounting. So sooner you will get the knowledge of the accounting. So that is the part of science. Then how will you prepare the account? Ca-
Prepare the account. The
uh,
technique of preparing account.
Correct. So at that time you will learn how to prepare the accounts. है ना? So that is called art. So accounting is science as well as an art. Now, what you have to record it? What you have to record it? That is called economic event. Economic event means any event or even any transaction which is taking place in the business. Any event or any transaction which is taking place in the business. And once again, I'm telling you, we have to consider only business transaction, not the personal transaction of the businessman. Just only transaction of the business, like purchase
Financial transactions.
purchasing, selling, and like payment of salary to your employee, advertisement, electricity bill. All these things are the financial transaction or economic events. And if any transaction which is taken place but not related to business, then you have to ignore it. We are here just to know the 100% accurate profit of the business, and for this purpose we have to take all the things of business only, and this is called economic events. Okay, you can see the example. For example, when an enterprises makes a sale or purchase, whether on cash or credit, or pays the salary, it is recorded in the books of account because these are measured in monetary terms and because these are related to 100% business. Okay, not a personal transaction. This is all the things related to business. So we will record it. But if you feel that this transaction which will not affect your business, so you will not record it this thing. है ना? अगर हमारे बिजनेस को अफेक्ट कर रहा है तो रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, नहीं कर रहा है तो नहीं रिकॉर्ड करेंगे। तो इस तरीके से हमको ये चेक करना पड़ेगा कि ये इकोनॉमिक है या नहीं है, बिजनेस को अफेक्ट कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है। और अगर लगता है आपको अफेक्ट कर रहा है, then you will come to second step, and the second step is measuring the identification of transaction. Means if you feel that it's a business transaction and it can be expressed in terms of money, it can be expressed in terms of money, then you will go to the third step. अब बिजनेस ट्रांजेक्शन है और मनी में मेजरमेंट नहीं हो पा रहा है। देखो अकाउंट्स में एक बड़ा रूल फंडा है, सीधा सा फंडा है, जिस चीज की कीमत है वही रिकॉर्ड होगी, जिस चीज की कीमत नहीं है उसको रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर सकते, है ना? लाइक पेमेंट ऑफ सैलरी टू एम्प्लॉय 10,000 रुपीज, पेमेंट ऑफ सप्लायर ऑफ रुपीज 10,000, परचेज ऑफ गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 1 lakh, सेल्स ऑफ रुपीज 2 lakh, पेमेंट ऑफ रेंट 5,000। ये सब जो मैं ट्रांजेक्शन बता रहा हूँ ना, वो सब की कीमत है रुपीज में। तब तो हम थर्ड स्टेप पे बढ़ेंगे, अदरवाइज थर्ड स्टेप पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। जैसे हमारा एम्प्लॉई है, हम उसको सैलरी दे रहे हैं, हम उसको सैलरी दे रहे हैं तो इकोनॉमिक ट्रांजेक्शन है, इकोनॉमिक इवेंट है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि मैं उसको मनी में कंसिडर कर सकता हूँ। बट योर एम्प्लॉई इज वेरी ऑनेस्ट, very honest, he is very honest, he is very efficient, but the efficiency, the honesty doesn't have any value. That is, हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अनमोल है। अब जिसका कोई मोल ही नहीं है तो उसको कैसे रिकॉर्ड कर ले? तो हमें मोल पता होना चाहिए। वी नो द प्राइस ऑफ द थिंग्स। इफ यू आर एबल टू express the things in terms of money, then you will go to the third step, otherwise forget about that. Okay, so is 2 points are clear: economic event and measuring the identification of transaction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if you feel that now we will, it's a business event and we can express in terms of money, then you have to record the transaction, and for that purpose you have to make a document that is called journal. So journal is the first documentation of the business transaction, where you will record the day-to-day business transaction in chronological order, where you have to record the day-to-day transaction in a chronological order. Chronological means date-wise, where you have to record the things in a date-wise, year-wise, and month-wise. Okay. So in this way, you can see this is the format of the journal where you have to put the date, where you have to write the details, where you have to mention the amounts. है ना? Now, what is debit and what is credit? This will discuss it later on. But this is the format how to record the transaction. Okay.
Debit what comes in and credit was got out. I think this is nothing.
These are the rules of recording. But this is for the time being, we are learning the accounting, not the journal. So we will discuss in the journal part. This is the actually a
Yes, sir.
chapter. This is actually a chapter. Then, after recording of transaction, now you have to classify the transaction. Classify To classify the transaction, we have to prepare the ledger. To classify the things, we have to prepare the ledger. Ledger is actually prepared to assemble the different transaction of same nature at one place. Assemble मीन्स इकट्ठा करना है, एक जगह इकट्ठा करना है। डिफरेंट ट्रांजेक्शन ऑफ सेम नेचर जैसे हमारे बिजनेस में परचेज भी होती है, सेल्स भी होती है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल भी दे रहे हैं, रेंट भी दे रहे हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें जो रिपीटेड होती ही रहती हैं। अब जैसे सेल कर रहे हैं, दिन में 5 बार सेल किया, तो पूरे महीने में 150 टाइम सेल किया, क्योंकि जनरली हम लोग जो रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करते हैं ना, वो मंथली करते हैं। तो एक दिन में 5 बार सेल हुआ, पूरे 30 डेज में 150 टाइम सेल हुआ। अब मैं पूछूं व्हाट इज द टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ सेल, तो आप क्या करोगे? सेल के सारे अमाउंट एक जगह लिखोगे और टोटल कर दोगे और आप बता दोगे भैया इतना सेल हुआ. So that is a part of ledger. Okay. And this is the format of ledger, but we will discuss it later on because this is also chapter. But the purpose of preparing the ledger is to assemble the different transaction of same nature at one place. As I give you the example, like sales. In a month, you have sold so many times. But if I ask what is the total amount of sales, so what will you do? You will collect the detail of sale and you will write down the amount, and then finally you will tell me that this is the amount of sale for the whole month. So this process is called ledger. Then we have to summarize the business transaction. See, whenever you prepare the journal, ledger, so many pages are used. Like I one more example. Like suppose there are 10 transaction in a day in a business. नॉर्मली मैं एक बहुत कम बात कर रहा हूँ, जो लेन-देन होते हैं बिज़नेस में दिन भर में 10 हुए, ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं होता है, इससे ज़्यादा ही होते हैं। लेकिन एक मिनिमम टू मिनिमम मैं मान रहा हूँ 10 होते हैं और हमको डेटा रिकॉर्ड करना है पूरा 30 डेज़ का। तो 30 डेज़ में जो रिकॉर्ड होंगे वो हो जाएँगे 300 ट्रांज़ैक्शन, एक दिन में 10, 30 डेज़ में 300। तो 300 ट्रांज़ैक्शन का पहले हम जर्नल बनाएँ, उस 300 ट्रांज़ैक्शन से फिर लेजर बनाएँ, तो बहुत सारे पेज यूज़ हो जाते हैं और and after seeing these many pages, we cannot come to the conclusion. Ki what is the total amount of purchase? Matlab, you cannot take the overview of the things. If you want to have a look on these things on simply in one page, that is the part of summary. Like in English, we read the study, we read the story, and after that your
Summary of central idea like.
Huh. And after that, your teacher says, "Yeah, prepare the summary of the chapter or the story." What will you do? The story of 4 pages you convert into one page, and in one page you have to give everything. You have to tell everything. So that is called summary. In the same way, we prepare the ledger, we prepare the journal, and so many pages are used. In that case, now you have to convert the whole story in a short way, and for this purpose, you have to prepare the trial balance. You can see this the format of the trial balance where where you can see the all detail of the business transaction on one page. This is, and for this purpose we prepare the trial balance, like how much cash you have, 50,000. What is capital invested by the owner, that is 50,000. What is the total amount of a purchase in a month or year, that is 2,000. What is the amount of sales in a month, that is 2,000, है ना? So in this way you can see the everything on one page, and this is called summary. Means you have to prepare the summary of the transaction, and for this purpose you have to prepare the trial balance. So Permit, tell me, till now, do you get the amount of profit after preparing journal, ledger, and trial balance? Do you know the amount of profit?
No, sir.
No. So now you have to prepare the financial statement, and that is also the part of summary. Means in summarization, you have to prepare two things. One is trial balance, where you can get the information on one page. Then you have to prepare the financial statement, and this statement is prepared to know the amount of profit or losses. You can see here there are two parts of the financial statement. One is income statement, which tells you whether you are in profit or loss, and position statement shows what is your position of the business. Means what is the position of the business, whether you are strongly perform or whether you are badly perform. Means like where you are standing, where you are standing, like in a
Okay, you
class.
are in profit.
Like in class, some student perform well, some student not perform well. So it shows, मतलब through the examination we come to know where the students are standing, whether he is weak or whether he is strong. In the same way, through the position statement we can find out the position of the business. Like for example, आपने कर्जा लिया, मतलब बैंक से लोन वोन ले लिया, लेकिन you are not able to pay this amount. So whether you are strong or weak,
Weak.
weak. And if you haven't borrowed anything, you haven't borrowed anything, and all the investment made by you, uh, what is the position, how strong or weak?
Strong.
Strong. So this, in this way you can know about the financial, this thing you can learn through the financial statement. And after this, we have to interpretate the business results. After this, we have to interpretate the business results. Interpretation means like you have to compare yourself. You have to compare your performance with the last year, whether you have performed well in comparison of the last year, or whether you have performed well in comparison of the other companies or other businesses. This is called interpretation. Like you have seen IPL cricket match, and where you have seen sometimes they are diagram through the graphical presentation, they interpretate the things, means which team is performing well, or in which over which team scored well. And in this way you can come to the conclusion that which company is performing, which team is performing well. In the same way you can come to know about your business, whether you are performing, or what errors you have committed, and now what planning should be done. So this is the part of the interpretation. And all these information we have to communicate to different types of users. These information we have to communicate to different types of users, like owner, management, banker, investor, and government. Why? Because every person is interested in this account, because they want to know